is flawed, though, because it is decriminalised rather than legalised.
Yeah, sure.
And decriminalised actually ends up criminalising the thing more, because the more you decriminalise, the more people, such as your family member, are inclined to try it.
Yeah.
Therefore, the demand for it will increase.
Yeah.
Okay, as the supply remains illegal,
Yeah.
you're further criminalising it by a policy of decriminalisation, which doesn't make any sort of sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all. So it's putting all the guilt on your side as the drug trafficker rather than those consuming it, and that all of that. It's bizarre that can be the case. That it's not, as said, even now, obviously, that it's if you get caught with some personal consumption, it's a world of difference between being caught with intent to sell.
Oh,
it's
yes,
These people that you're saying it's okay to have personal consumption didn't all go and grow that themselves and then import it themselves, import a joint at a time. That's that's supply and demand, essentially.
Yeah, so they've got a name for it, the Dutch. I think it's gedongen or something like that.
Right.
Which is, all right, it doesn't matter how you got here, whether you're an illegal immigrant or a lump of dope or whatever. You're here, we'll deal with it as it is. Yeah. So if it gets there, it doesn't matter what you say.
If it's here, then
we'll deal with it our way.
But we'll do everything we can to stop it getting here. But once it's here, it's not that big a deal after all. It's the biggest deal before it gets here. Yeah. But now it's here, it's fine. Let's just... And
Portugal, similarly, I mean, they decriminalised just because they thought it was a waste of money. They couldn't enforce it. They couldn't. They just gave up. Yeah. Really. Yeah. And of course now they sort of presented as a sort of an extremely liberal society who just lets it happen. Well, it was just the old bill giving up because they knew they had no fucking money to
can't be bothered to keep dealing with this. This is it's too much. It's a similar thing as I see and recently again or there's difference, but I saw a great. One of the only times I've seen a police representative on TV saying something that I was impressed with, and it was to do with a football hooliganism recently. Yeah. And he said, "Look, I've just looked at how much manpower and time and money that we put on to have every football game manned," and he just said, "These are grown-ups. Yeah. They'll need to start to deal with this themselves." It was the first time I'd heard that kind of logic. Yeah. Going, why am I putting all my resources into standing next to a load of grown men to stop them fighting? So I just act like grown men and deal with it. And it's a similar thing there. Why do we put so much resources into stopping drugs coming? If it's again, as you've said, you're just making it worse because you're making it a criminal act and you're making it.
I mean, I cannot think of one rational, explanation for prohibition. I just don't see it. Yeah, I mean, I suppose if a drug was discovered or synthesized, that if you took it, it makes you go around killing people and raping them. Yeah,
let's get that off of them.
Yeah, let's get that out of illegal. Yeah, sure.
Completely. I mean,
but the only one is alcohol, I think. Yeah, which is the only one that's legal.
Exactly, alcohol's the only one that even leans in that direction. I found it. I had a realisation when I was, I guess, a teen and reading a lot of Timothy Leary and his outlook on the legalisation of saying, look, we think of it wrong, or we see it as it's illegal and then it's legal and you can buy it in a shop and that's that. He put forward and saying that this isn't necessarily the answer, but it's an option is looking at it more like a car that you need to pass a test, have a licence, be of a certain age. It's not as simple as you can go in and buy all the acid that you want. He was specifically talking about acid as he did a lot of tests in that area, obviously. But
and before it was illegal in UK at least. I mean, when I first took acid, I think I must have taken acid for about 2 years
before it was illegal.
Before it was illegal, yeah. But I'm not a Timothy Leary fan, I have to say. No, I think I don't know. A few things about him that, like, for example, the only reason he put flowers in his hair was to hide his hearing aids.
Oh, really?
And plus, the idea of sort of being so dogmatic, turn in, tune on, drop out. The idea of telling people what to do is slightly alien to me.
It's kind of against the nature, I guess, of again what you were doing and what the drugs essentially are. Again, and
then because it became a grass, which so that's the end of that.
That deals with that. So how was it then? Where was the jump up to in the trafficking? Because obviously you've gone from dealing a bit and you've started to meet some importers.
Yes, started to meet some importers.
This piece of fiction is the intro to destruction. This piece of fiction is the intro to destruction. This piece of